I'm Hollywood Nick Manker, and today's acting tip is to talk in a good way. Whether you're performing Hamlet on Broadway or doing a run-of-the-mill Viagra commercial, it's essential that an actor always talks in a good way. I don't personally need them myself, but I've been told that vocal exercises are a great way to warm up before a performance. These exercises will help loosen your vocal cords and keep your jaw from locking up. Try screaming as loud as you can at the top of your lungs, or try whispering into a cup. If your throat is sore after you perform the exercise, then you know it's working. Treat every other word in the sentence like there's a period behind it. This will give a smooth transition between sentences. It will give the audience time to catch up to what's going on in the scene. Remember that your first take is always the best. If you flub up your lines and don't feel like refilming them, then simply tell the director you believe that this is exactly how the character would have delivered the lines, and it's crucial that the scene be left as is. Nobody is going to deliver their lines as perfect as I do. So when you do flub up, just continue going anyway. This will keep the film feeling natural and organic. Plus, retakes take time, and you're paid by the project. So the faster you get done with filming, the faster you can move on to the next big paycheck. Keep watching Season 3 for more acting tips. But until then, let's check in with our reviewer and see what movie he has this week to add to our mega video review library.
Oh, hey, welcome back. As you can see, I'm still trying to inventory the video store's movie catalog. I almost made it through letter H the other day, but Hollywood Nick keeps adding more and more movies before I can catch up. I'll get there eventually. In the meantime, I've been inspired by today's film, and I've been doing a little bit of spy work of my own. Unfortunately, the only person I've really had time to spy on is Hollywood Nick. I have taken a lot of notes in my spy journal, but for legal reasons, let's just leave what Nick does up to your imagination for now. Anyway, I see you're interested in watching Harriet the Spy. Here's what you need to know about the movie. This film stars Rosie O'Donnell as Ollie Golly, Gregory Smith as Sport, Vanessa Lee Chester as Janie Gibbs, and Michelle Trachtenberg as Harriet M. Welsh. 11-year-old Harriet Welsh is a self-proclaimed spy who enjoys documenting everything she sees. Unfortunately, her spy work and writing begin to get her in trouble with her family and friends, as she is brutally honest in her observations. Harriet slowly becomes ostracized and has to learn how to find a healthy balance between her need to spy and her everyday life. My biggest complaint about the movie would be the pacing. The story just sort of happens, and it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. There's a lot going on in this movie, and I feel like some of it could have been cut out, or that the movie could have just been made into a short TV series instead. Most of what happens in this film makes sense, but everything leading up to the end sort of just feels disconnected while it's happening. I really enjoy Harriet's lack of personal boundaries. Her spy work literally consists of her snooping on people and writing down what she sees. She's not afraid to look through windows into people's private lives in order to learn about them. She even crawls through her friends' windows when she wants to visit them. This film isn't afraid to include some realism on this topic either. Harriet has to deal with some pretty serious real-life consequences caused by her spy work. Although throughout most of the film, her spying is fairly lighthearted and is so ridiculous it still remains enjoyable. Or creepy, depending on how you look at it. I like the other characters in this movie as well. Ollie is a great down-to-earth supportive character. Sport's character is very sympathetic due to his family's struggling financial situation, yet he's still able to find the joy in the little things. And Janie is an over-the-top child scientist. Harriet's parents are, in a way, the bad guys. Yet, as an adult, it's easier to see their perspectives compared to how Harriet sees their situation. The kids in this movie say some pretty crazy stuff for children, including talks about killing people they don't like. Then they say stuff like, talk to the hand because the face ain't gonna listen, which reminded me of my childhood. It was a blast of nostalgia for me. Then Harriet says stuff like, I want to remember everything, I want to know everything, and that's how I feel today. Huh. Maybe I still think like an 11-year-old. Speaking of nostalgia, I think my favorite part about this movie has to be its awesome 90s feel. I was a kid when this movie came out, so all the music and clothing and just seeing Harriet and her friends interact really brought me back to my own childhood. Plus, I always really wanted to watch this movie as a kid, and I never got the chance to. So it was really awesome being able to finally watch it after like 25 years of waiting. Overall, I think this movie is a great coming-of-age film. Or at least I think it was. I'm not sure how kids today would react to this movie. Would they find it relatable, or would they find it dated? Would they think Harriet spying is creepy or completely normal? Who knows? If anyone at home decides to rent this movie from the Videorama and watch it with their kids, let me know what they think of it. I'm dying to know. Plus, I kinda need to more accurately log it into our database. This movie is based on a book series of the same name. With its strong 90s feel, I was actually really surprised to find out that the book came out in 1964 and not in the 90s. There's also a Disney Channel original movie called Harriet the Spy, Blog Wars, that came out in 2010. But this movie isn't related to the 96 film. This movie was Nickelodeon's first feature film. Apparently during the theatrical release, they played the pilot episode for the cartoon Hey Arnold before the film. Even though this movie is supposed to take place in New York City, they actually filmed it in Toronto. Shooting began on October 11th, 1994, on Michelle Trachtenberg's 9th birthday. I mean, who doesn't enjoy spending their 9th birthday going to work? Although it must not have been bad, as Trachtenberg has stated that filming Harriet the Spy was a very enjoyable experience for her. So stop on by Hollywood Nick's Videorama and rent one of our sweet orange VHS copies of Harriet the Spy. As for me, I gotta get going. It's almost Hollywood Nick's bath time, and that's when I get my best spy notes.